Let's see how it works. Okay, this is the Disc 50. Right, okay. The Disc 50. I didn't think that was actually a thing, but because I assumed, oh, someone's just collected the Cassette 50 and shoved it on a disc. That's probably exactly what they did, actually. But at least we can see what they are. So we'll start with Maze Eater. Okay, loading Maze Eater. In this version of the famous arcade game, Maze Eater, you must control a mouth with an insatiable appetite. Have I got my keyboard? Have I got my joystick thing? Use keys or joystick. How many ghosts? Now, the real Pac-Man never asked you that, did it? How many ghosts? We're professionals. We'll be 4. Wow, that's also very quiet. And I'm already dead. That's pretty slow. Let's see if it was struggling because of the... Whoa. Here it was. It was because I pressed 4 several times trying to make it do something. And that's got stuck in the keyboard buffer now, so it's going to keep restarting 4 ghosts every time. Is it going to do it? 4? Or do I get to start 1? I'm assuming that we might... Yeah, we get better performance with 1 ghost. I can see now why the programmer did it that way. Now, there is sound, but it's really, really quiet. Hello, Kirby with the snacks. I am being hopeless at this game. Let me switch me Ritual Watch. I don't know if I can make this any louder. Is that any better? Well, at least you can hear it. I don't want it to be absolutely deafening. Raid, raid, raid! Welcome! Kirby with the snacks. And it is... we're doing a Cassette 50. It's been going wrong so far, every step of the way. But it's been... Amstrad Disc 50, apparently, is what we've got here. We are now doing the Amstrad CPC. And so far, it's looking very much up to standard. Whoa. And it's being very temperamental with the keyboard as well. So let's try again with 1 ghost. It actually kept my high score. That's quite nice. You can barely hear it. I can see it's barely registering the sound. Let's give you a bit more sound. There you go. These games are so basic. They are, I mean, written basic as well, but it is a very, very simplistic experience. But I will say this, unlike the Commodore 64 one, the sprites are the right size, they're not sort of overlapping the walls, and it is just about playable, and I'm sure with practice I could actually complete a level, but I have got 49 more games to go through yet, and we've spent what seems like, well, nearly 20 minutes trying to get this far with this one. Because I could just start it as it, because we know it's called we know it's called B. Okay, it's Cyclones is the next one. So B. (1985). Nice use of colour. We'll see what the instructions say. Oh dear. The object of rollerball is simply to keep the ball I can't even read. Moving along the track without falling into the hole or running into the edge before wraparound has come fully into operation. Cyclones. This is done by sliding a panel with a part of track over the hole so that the track may divert the path of the ball onto another part of the track, and so when the rollerball moves over a track, that track is removed from the frame. Did anybody understand that? I think Oh, we're not done. Use the cursor keys or the joystick to slide the panels and form a track. When you build a large piece of track, you may speed up the rollerball by pressing the fire button or the spacebar. Hit any key to start game or I repeats instructions. Now, I think they're being sponsored by the word track because they used it so often. Let's see. Is this even going to start? Because I should say, I mean, I think this was released originally for the 464. I'm running this on the 6128, so it's just possible this might fall over in a heap. Oh, no. Here we go. Any key normal. This actually looks quite well presented. I'm starting to be a bit surprised by the quality of this. But I haven't tried playing it yet. I for invisible at any key normal. Well, we want to have a go at normal. So all I have to do... Oh, it's like pipeline. Or super pipeline, as it sometimes was. So occasionally there'll be holes on the track. Bet you're regretting me making that sound play now. Tracks before wraparound. So basically, when the ball moves over a track, it swallows it up. Is this ASMR? Is that buzzing noise ASMR? If so, good on you. That's quite a remarkable achievement. Let's keep going. What happens if I roll right over this? Oh no, the ball goes with it. Oh, we're gonna go over the edge. Right, 13 points. That felt very sluggish. There's the germ of an interesting game there because you kind of push. It's basically a tile pushing game, and you've got to push the tiles to where the ball is going to roll. They didn't explain it in the best possible way, but it's not bad. My only concern is that it does feel very, very spongy on the controls, but that's just because it's written in BASIC. You could turn that into quite a good mini game, but it is well presented. They've taken a little bit of effort to make it look nice. Another game, no. Even animated screen if you don't want to play anymore. Why they called it Cyclones and not Rollerball, I don't know. Then it's to restart. Okay. This is a very nerdy thing. I keep wanting to do shift break like I'm on the BBC microphone. Why it is that Amstrads make me think of the BBC, I don't know. I don't need to open a directory on this. Let's look at game number 3. What have we got? Handicap golf. Right, okay. Let's see what this one's like. Whoa! There was a tune there with a very suddenly loud note. Do you want the instructions? Yeah, why not? Let's see if you use the word track a lot. I've pressed Y. Is anything going to happen? I'm wondering if it's accessing the disk. Or it just seems to be stuck here. Is it going to do anything? Let's try that again. We'll try a proper restart. I'll tell you what, we'll run it directly. No instructions this time. Let's just start with the game. Oh, it has to be. You have to press Shift. You have to press Shift. So, let's just go with it. Whoa. Oh, well, 0. No, there are no second players because I have no friends. Let's see. Nice little attempt at a bit of screen graphics. Certainly above what I've seen in a lot of golf games for this era. Select club. This is where I should have read the instructions. Let's just go for 5. There's no such thing. Okay. What if I just go for driver? I presume it's D. Driver. More ASMR, obviously. I know now. I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna let's reread those instructions. It's probably a quick way of getting back to the thing, but it doesn't do what I expect it to do half the time. There you go. Do you want the instructions? Yes, please. This time. There is no driver. Okay. I probably should have gone. Yeah, I should have gone with W1 then. Okay, fair enough. Please take a note of the clubs now. To use directions by using compass bearings as shown on the right. You may use numbers between 1 and 360. There is no 0. Please take a note of these bearings. When both players are on the green, you will be using putters and may choose both direction and distance to putt. Your handicap affects how well you play each shot and will be deducted from the final score. Handicaps may be 0 to 28. Note, if you go off course, you may have to tee off again. In which case, I've got to be honest here. Let's be 28. I want as much score taken off as possible. It doesn't like it when I do lower case Zs, I've found, so let's move on from that. Is this the same running term, or is it randomised? We will find out very shortly. Looks like it's the same. Okay, that's fair enough. Well, we now know it's going to be the I1, which we want it to be 90 degrees. Did it not go anywhere? It didn't do anything. Alright. Oh, you know what it was? I went with an iron, didn't I? It's alright. 90. I'm on the fairway. Please wait. Select club. Select direction. Well, it's going to be 90 again. Oh, it's playing both of us each time. Okay. Why does it make that annoying noise? I'm so keen to sort of skip this game and move on to the next one, but I feel I've at least got to try to get it to the hole. At least got to try. I think we're still on W1, aren't we? So let's go for 110. Oh, we overshot. Now, I didn't take a note of what the clubs were. So let's go with... wow! That was more like 135. Okay. And that will be 360 because we're going due north. Pretty close. That's also going to be an iron, and that will be 270. No. That would be 100 and... no, it won't. It'll be 215. I went due north. This is... So that's going to be 200 and... No, actually it won't. It'll be... I think we should go 330. On the green. We're getting there. Don't worry, we're getting there. 200... oh no, it's more like 20. In the trees? Oh. Man. I4. That's going to be 160. Is this ball sort of anti-magnetic and it's just being repelled by the green? Still on hole 1. Imagine if the golf games these days had a soundtrack like this. I know. It would be very, very soporific and everybody would fall asleep immediately. Let's try... On the green! Magically. I think it'd be great if that went in. Choose direction. So we need to go... It's not 90, is it? We'll say 95. I don't know. How far is that in feet? What possible clue do I have as to how far that is in feet? Going by the size of the hole, I suppose... I don't know. Let's say 5 feet. That was hardly any distance at all. So, okay. Let's try 50 feet. That was more like it, right. That's going to be 190. 20 feet. Too much. So we're looking at 10 feet now, more or less. 350. That's going to be what? 182, 15. 10 feet. We're getting there. Oh dear. With all the confidence that British Rail used to say that with. Select distance in feet. 90. Okay, that's going to be 215. 5 feet. In the hole. 360. 5 feet. In the hole. That was disgraceful. We can at least see what the second hole looks like. But don't worry, we'll continue on to the next game. After I just want to see what this hole looks like. It's got a water hazard. Oh well. I think in some... I mean, for its age, I suppose it's alright. Certainly it's on a par with the magazine listing. I mean, so far, I've got to say, these games are pretty good compared to what the standard was on the other systems. So, number 4. We are on Rush Hour Attack. During the rush hour over Space Station Zebra, you are armed with a space cannon, which can be tilted at any angle and fired to destroy the space pods above. You have ammunition, for 3 phases. Ammunition, but with only 1 M. And you use B, N, and space, but no suggestion of it being keyboard. Oh, this looks more like the usual standard. Oh, I'm saying that, actually, no. Nice colour, no sound at all. It's a bit flickery, but again, magazine listing standard. So far, and in fact, this actually plays pretty well. This feels pretty smooth. If only it had sound. I think this is actually not a bad little mini game. Feels very responsive. That's not at all weird. Phase 2, multiple levels. Not bad at all. Very, very nice. Okay, well, we'll go with that one. That's nice. They've so far though they've put effort into all of these. So far. So that was Rush Hour Attack, which was a good one. Number 5, which is Royal Rescue. Let's see what happens this time. Rescue the Royal Space Family. Every country has a Royal Space Family. And then take them home. Controls left and right press keys or joystick. Enter thrust. Press spacebar to continue. Oh yeah, we're back into definitely a game written in BASIC. It's all nice and relaxed. 1980s where nobody had anything to do. We could just sit back and watch a game very slowly drawing its screen display. Oh, it's Lunar Lander. I see. Really, was that it? I just fell straight down and I even hit rocks and it was alright. I think that the Space Royal family could have done this themselves. I don't think they needed me to run the ship. I mean, that took no damage at all. We were hit square on by an asteroid. I don't know about thrust. I'm trying to do thrust, but it just seems to be moving on its own. Oh, we took a little bit of damage there. Seems it only matters if you get hit from one side. Wow. I think this is certainly an easy one. And also the little family member farts along the bottom of the screen, just waiting to be picked up. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. No difficulty whatsoever. I think you'd actually have to put effort in to lose at this game. It's easier just to let the thing drop in a straight line out of the ship, like this. Okay, yeah, I mean, we are taking a bit of damage, but ultimately, it doesn't tell us how many people we're supposed to... Oh, there we go. Little hexagonal explosion. But I've still got 600 points by basically doing very little. I would say that's... Are we still in magazine quality? Yeah, I suppose we are. But let's move on. Let's see what we've got as game number. He says, updating the number. Number 6. And the... Star Trek. Now, this is going to be a classic Trek game. We've had one of these on every one of the Cassette 50 games. In this implementation of the classic game, you are James T. Kirk with a mission to destroy the total Klingon fleet in this galaxy and make a large profit from the sale of the spice. That was never a Star Trek thing. Spice. I think you're confusing Dune in there somewhere. The view shows the control panels on the Enterprise showing fuel, phaser, spice, the price of spice, etc. Thing is, I've played... No, this is weird, because I've played these Star Trek games before, these text-based Star Trek games. I don't remember they were talking about buying spice. I mean, you were buying stuff, certainly. But I don't know if that's a bit of colour Cascade have added in. So there's 10 Klingons here, so shall we fire? Oh, hang on. Klingon sector. Sector 1, Klingon sector 2. Alright, we'll move. Oh, well, actually, no, we'll buy some spice. Buy a maximum of 16. How many bags? What is the spice price? We'll buy 10. Right, so now let's move. So which sector? Normally you get a sector map. You actually get to see what the sectors look like. Where is it? Okay, now we're in sector 3. The price... Oh, the price here is much lower. Alright, we'll buy more spice here. We'll buy 20 spice. And we'll move to sector 7. The price there is higher, because we bought 60. Right, let's sell spice. And we'll sell 10 bags of spice. So we're making money. That's not bad. Only a little bit of cash, but we have made a profit. Now, I say that, I thought I had more than 10 bags of spice at one point, didn't I? We bought 16, I bought 10, and I bought another... Did someone nick some spice at some point? And also... Right, okay, forget all that. Let's try taking on some Klingons. Let's go to number 2. This is Klingon sector. Fire. We just fired and nothing happened. Oh, Klingon shields are now 7. They're closing in on us. Klingon hit. Let's keep going. The range went up slightly. I don't know if they're flying away from us. Oh, that was another hit. I must say, this is electric. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am, pressing 2 repeatedly. Klingon hit. Come on, Klingons. I'm hit. Okay, my shields are down. 222. Have you played this yourself, Kirby with the snacks? Because I mean, this is the thing. I'm new to this particular edition of Cassette 50, so I don't... Their shields are 0, so I presume next hit must destroy them. I'm hit, I'm hit. Come on, 2. If they destroy me, that would be very disappointing. Their shields... Oh, Klingon destroyed. Yippee. We need to get more shields. So let's... Walk factor 5. Move. Normally, as I say, normally with these Star Trek games you get a map. And it shows you where Klingons are and where planets are. And you will then go from planet to planet and you may be waylaid on the way. This is not the way that I've seen Star Trek normally done. It's a very, very stripped down version. And I presume we can refuel here. Oh, we're not in the starbase sector. Our base start is 27. So how many sectors are there? It never told us. Okay, well let's then go to sector 27. And refuel. Oh, we should have sold our spice there. So let's refuel. And our cash is now minuscule. We can't afford any spice. No, I tell a lie, we can afford 1 spice, but not at that price. Not at that price, we can't. Let's go to Klingon Sector 11. Oh, they've got very cheap spice. Let's buy that. 15. Now, what happened there? I did buy spice. I entered 15 because it told me that was the maximum, and it now is showing me that I've got no spice. So my cache is untouched. Is it because it's Klingon? Is it because it's hostile? It doesn't seem to say that that's a problem. Did we see something that scrolled past there very quickly that I couldn't read? Let's try it 5 packs. No, I don't get that. Crazy. 2 bags. No. Oh, we can try destroying this Klingon anyway. My base star has changed, hasn't it? Or is that where the star base of this particular sector is? That's weird. It was 27, now it's 9. I've got their shields down to 2. 2, 2, 2 again. Keep pressing 2. Whoa. Big on hit. I've pressed 2 so many times I'm not pressing anything. Klingon destroyed. I did. I was sitting there just holding 2 down, and now the keyboard buffer's full of 2s. I'm not touching the keyboard at all, and it's still just shooting. It's an auto fire. My shields are a bit on the low side, though. But you don't get any loot. You don't seem to get any awards for it. That's the other thing. In normal Star Trek, you get some awards for taking on Klingons and stuff. So there doesn't seem to be any of that element. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. Restart. On to game 7, which is Whirly. G. Whirly. Whirlybird, the helicopter piloted by Major Blackthorne, is desperately low on fuel. He is slowly descending on the city of New York and must bomb the skyscrapers to clear a landing patch to land in. Now, this is classic bomber game, classic city bomber game. Unfortunately, now that's interesting. Deploy bombs and brings the helicopter down to land. Interesting, because normally you just press space and nicely coloured as well. Where is he dropping those from? From exactly behind where I think he is. Yeah, no sound on this one. Very strange. They didn't do sound for these. I'm guessing this is a machine code. Is it just a little bit more? Oh dear. Demo, but we'll give it another quick go on that one, because that's, you have to press enter to start, by the way. So I presume that you can just get, the easiest thing to do is just try and get that tiny building there, which we shaved a little bit off the side of it. Oh, okay, I see, right. So press shift and you drop a little bit of altitude. I hadn't quite cottoned on to the fact that you weren't. So you do have to clear all the buildings. I thought the whole point of a helicopter was that you could, I mean, part of the advantages of it, rather, was that you could do VTOL with it, but apparently not. Apparently you need to fly in at an angle with your helicopter. Also, I assume therefore that a proper helicopter pilot will be watching and immediately telling me that that's no, you're not supposed to land a helicopter. And when I've seen them land in the car park, that's absolutely there's nothing there. That's rubbish. Okay, so I'm rubbish at that game. It's a classic game, not much to it. What can you do? Run menu. This is now game 8. I should have done these by letter, I suppose, but then disc 2, of course, is going to have its own set of letters. Right, so the next one is called Attacker H. You're an assassin, guiding a poisoned dart by remote control through a defense system to the man in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen who is your target. Avoid the walls and the guardians, or your mission will fail. Watch your time. Let's say level 1, because I'm going to be rubbish at this. This looks more like your Cassette 50 games that I'm used to. Although those would usually just be ASCII. Whoa, did we have a little bit of music start there? How quick I died as well. That was pretty fast, wasn't it? Wow, that was level 2. So, okay, so the level affects what you can see. Right. They didn't tell you that, did they? Oh, maybe they did. Now I can't get the... What? Let's rerun. Now, if I run that... Yeah, now it redraws the screen. Right, okay, that's a genuine bug. If you die, it doesn't redraw the screen. It thinks it's still there. I bet they ported this from some... Oh, I see what happened now. I've to... Okay. QAOP. Right. No, because I've got to We can actually have a list. Look at this. The first time we can see the quality of this game. And the screen is all data statements. Now, you haven't seen me do these before, but if they're in basic, I usually like to have a quick look because it gives you an idea of... Sometimes you'll see like a little message that we had with, I think it was the Spectrum ones, at the start, where it said a completely different company name at the start. And you thought, there's a story there about where they got these games from. And sometimes you get a little bit of a clue. There's no real clue here. It doesn't seem to be anything particularly unusual in this one. On the BBC ones, I also changed them a bit to try and make them a bit more fun, but we won't do that here. Largely because my knowledge of Amstrad Basic isn't that hot. I did years ago write a game on Amstrad for a friend, but I basically... Whoa. Yes, another go. He's so weird that it doesn't redraw the screen, though. I want to hear what this little tune sounds like. That's where it sets up the symbols. I don't know if the tune is the bit right at the end. Two 580 to... We're on 40. Will it let me do this? Depends on the basic. Okay, that was a little burst of the tune. Let's make it a bit longer. That's a classical piece of music, isn't it? I can't place what it is. But anyway, we heard what the tune was. Let's carry on. Restart. So we'll go to number 9. And that's going to be run. Menu. And we've gone past attacker. This is now fighter command. Game I. Space for instructions. You score more for ships further away. There's joystick control for this one. Copy key for ahead, or joystick and fire. I think we'll just use joystick and fire to be simpler. Initiate attack, fire missile or laser, detonate missile, return to scanner. Okay, AFDS. Right. Don't know if this will even make sense. I'm trying to do things and nothing seems to be happening, except that I did get a condition red for a second. Oh, I'm able to steer, but it's very, very slow. Whoa! Enemy missile. Did it work? Did I do it? I think I did it. I think I destroyed one of the enemy missiles. Okay, Kirby, thanks. Thanks for the look. Yes, the music for this game was written by birds. Yeah, so far it's not like the usual stuff, is it? This is altogether more different. Not like when I'm doing music and this is weird. Wow, that was annoying. You have been hit by an enemy missile and are severely damaged. You have been until 50 to print the emergency code. You failed to escape in time and therefore you are eliminated. Do you want another mission? No. Have a quick look at it. Actually, I can't be bothered. Right, let's move on to game 10. One menu. And we are on drafts. Now, okay, I can play drafts. But the computer can't. A proper argument in 2850. Let's try doing a proper restart on that. Just to see if it's... That was it. I've pressed K there, like this is the Spectrum. Come on. Too many retro computers in my head. Right. Drafts, J. I couldn't remember which letter it was that we were doing. Okay, it was presumably the previous game had messed something up. Okay. Do you want the instructions? Yeah, why not? Only legal moves will be accepted. Moves are input as coordinates, in quotes, because that's not a real word. That is from G6 to H5. To stop play at any time, press S when asked for your next move. Please note, you must capture if able. Isn't that standard rules for drafts? I thought it was. Right. Let's go for easy. What colour do I want to play? Black. Okay. So I'm going to move from, let's say, B3. Now, did it accept that? Oh no, I'm black and I do. I don't even remember what I enter myself at 6. A6 to... I'm like there was much choice. I was thinking, I was stroking the beard there. What of those two possibilities am I going to choose from? The one where I lose immediately, or the one where I lose a bit later? Let's move B7 to A6. Another great tune. It's trying to provoke me, isn't it? It's trying to provoke me. Trying to make me lose my temper. E6 to F. And I apologise to anybody who's actually good at drafts. I haven't played this since I was a kid, I think. No, I must have played it when I was playing zillions of games, surely. And that was a thing, by the way. It's not just me saying I played zillions of games. There was a board game package called Zillions of Games that was out a good few years ago now, and it had an AI engine where you specify the rules of any game, any board game, and it would produce a computer player for it. It was really good. I'm amazed that nobody's done anything like that since. I mean, there's Tabletop Simulator, but that won't produce an AI simulator, an AI player for you. Now, I'm not saying Zillions of Games was brilliant, but well, no, I am saying it was brilliant. I'm not saying that it played at the top level, but it was good for developing games. It was good for trying things out, and it gave you a reasonably good opponent at most games as well. F5. No, not F5. I can't use back. I can say that's F4. Oh, bum. Am I stuck with doing F5 now? Maybe if I do F5 to F5. Right. Let's do G6 to H5. He's going to try and get me there, isn't he? So F7 to G6. Now, of course, I'm assuming that the computer is male, but then Amstrad, of course, stands for Alan M. Sugar Trading, so its first name is always Alan. So let's go with that. I'm curious how far I can put this, how far I can keep going with this until I lose. I used to play my grandparents at this. Or rather, I correct myself, I played my grandmother at this. My grandfather wasn't really one for board games. So let's say E7. There's no such thing. E8 to D7. Let's go G8 to F7. You think you got the better of me. And I tell you for what now, I'm also going to have... We'll see if we can provoke some action. Let's go E7 to D... Sorry, E6 to D5. So it's got to take... Right. I screwed that up because I didn't realize... I forgot that... I didn't look at the next move ahead. That was really stupid of me, but at least we're seeing how things work. I'm deliberately just seeing how a computer behaves with these stupid moves that I'm playing that aren't very good. A8 to B7. Let's have D7 to E6. Yeah, you're going to do that forward. Okay, me being a bad loser, it's time for another game. Apart from anything else, this is going to go on and on and on. So, restart. But as a version of drafts, that seems fair. Seems a good version. And so far, you know, I've got to say, we haven't had any of the real clunkers that we had from all of the other versions. The CPC version seems to be generally pretty good. Certainly for, 50 games on one tape. This one's called Please Wait. I didn't actually pay attention to what the name was. I know it was K. What was the game? Evasive Action. Proper high score table. Guide your snake through 7 screens. Eat the T in the body, eat the flower, but miss the... whatever that is. Move round the maze eating all the flour. Move along the twisty path to the T. Eat the flower, but miss the falling... whatever it is. I presume it's boulders. Eat the numbers in ascending order. Take more than 500 moves, then eat the T. You can eat the square segments. I didn't follow any of that, but I presume we're talking about something like a Mr. Do type game, if not Snake. Or possibly a hybrid of the two. With no high scores, let's have a look at the game. Start at screen 1. Medium speed. Right, so Snake. Oh, a little bit of stereo there. Yep. That's interesting little development that you can actually... It does place those things in the body of the snake so that it doesn't immediately kill you. Although I'm still useless at trying to go through them. I've played a lot of versions of Snake over the years. They've been a very good version on the Amiga. And of course, yeah, people have played, Light Cycles of Tron is the same. I've never seen... I don't ever remember seeing that before, where there was something in the middle of the snake's body that you could actually travel through. Oh, so T gets you up to the next level. Right, with you. Oh, I see. These are all different levels. They were different levels. I thought those instructions seemed weird. Do you know, that's a very good version of Snake. A bit more practice, and there you go. I'm even on the high score table. 1,168 points. Not brilliant, but I would say that's not a bad game. Evasive action. Why not just call it Snake and have done with it? And it's evasive action from what? Yourself? Anyway, we'll move on. Game 12. Actually, no, we'll do a proper restart, bearing in mind what happened last time. Hey, and it's Noughts and Crosses, the demanding game of genius. When asked, enter row column. Both must be between 1 and 3. Easy. Go on. How do you even do easy and hard levels of this? I mean, yes, of course I'd like first go. I want to go in the middle. Row column. 2, 2, 2. 2, 2. One. Okay. 2, 3. Right. 3, 2. Oh, actually, no. Because we can still try and do that. So 1, 3. 1, 3, 2. Stalemate. So, I mean, what's the... that was on easy level. What's the difference? I mean, if I put it on hard level... Why... If I beat it on... If it beats... No, so if I beat it on hard, then I've got this all wrong. So 3... 1. In which case, we then go for 2, 3. And finally 3, 3. Stalemate. What's the point of the difficulty levels in that game? What was the point of the difficulty levels in that game? I ask you. Right, we're going to move on to game number 13. Which is, now onto the second column, this is the King's Orb. The King's Orb. Loading the King's Orb. You are a Wox with 2 X's. You have materialised into a building. You decide to explore. There are several rooms and you must discover how to get to the next room. Sorry, mouthful of drink there. The first 2 rooms are complex, but once you get past these, you can discover the weird defences of the Wox Lords and find the Wox Princess and the King's Orb. It's not the Wox King, though, is it? It doesn't explain what a Wox is, other than I am one. Okay. So, left, right, up, down, and then scroll left, right? Ah, we've got some nice low res, but colour. Oh, they were obviously originally called this Woxox. As it says at the top, Woxox. Still no explanation of what that means. Oh, very neat little animation there. Into the play. Now, what I'm not sure about is what... I mean, you're supposed to just look for all of these. It's a little bit spongy on the controls. I was thinking at first, oh, I need to be careful, I need to move on to the S's, but apparently not, I can move on to everything. So, do I just have to avoid the green guy? I mean, is that it? Do I have to just clear all these out? I suppose if I paid more attention to the instructions that I actually read out. Ooh, I get power for doing that, do I? Okay, so it's not that I need to do anything about. I'm now even more confused than I was to start with. But apparently, eating this stuff, which is like a slug's trail. What was the point of that? Now this time it's different. Oh, I can't walk over my own trail now and leave my own slug trail. Plus, there was a cute bunny instead of a skull. Curious. I don't know what was going on there, but the world of Wox certainly does have weird defences. I can't fault them on that description. Game 14 coming up. This is going to be High-Low, another classic that is always in these Cassette 50 collections. And of course, it's the card game. With very presentable graphics for the time. Very presentable. Now, I was thinking, go high there because it's a 3. So I hit the L for low. Let's try again. Very responsive. Aces are low. Right, okay. So we'll go for low. High. 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 Oh, I so nearly got it. I thought the RNG gods were on my side there. High. Low. Oh no. I should have gone high with 7, shouldn't I? Low. 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 High. Congratulations! I won! What did I win? This screen. But I will say, you know, very, very minimalistic, but it does the job. I would say, in terms of, I mean, this is another one where it's a very simple game, very simple, but it's implemented very cleanly. It does exactly what it should do. It's totally clear. The only criticism I would make is, if I'm being really picky, it's that apostrophe. You don't need that. But other than that, this game does what it sets out to do absolutely fine. Well done, Cascade, on that one. We're moving on to the next one, which is game 15, which involves me making a mess of the screen size. High-low. Now it's Exchange. Game O. Exchange. You are a very well-known scientist who has just made a microfilm for a highly developed radar system. While on holiday, some thieves stole this information, and it is your task to get it back and put it in a safe place in your house. You must work at night, so you must find a lamp to guide your way. Someone stole information, and he work at night, so you find a lamp to guide your way. What is all this about the microfilm? That sounds like there's absolutely nothing to do with it. It's to do with finding a lamp, is it? Oh, it's a text adventure. Now, I think we did have one, didn't we, in a previous version of this? An indistinct dark object. Get object. I don't know what you mean. Get the indistinct dark object. Oh, the number one annoyance of passers that they don't understand words that the game actually uses in its own description. Let's have a look. North. I'm in the garden shed. Oh, it's not even a proper text adventure, is it? It's just you've got to feel around until you find the right thing. Get lamp. Okay, I caught the lamp. It was in the shed. Talk about shortcut. Turn on lamp. Light lamp. Okay. How hard was that? I seem to be able to know where I am, what direction I'm going in the dark without a compass. Get whistle. Get. What's going on there? I think this is something to do with oh, I'd probably have to go through the settings. I think it's getting confused with some of these keys. The wooden door to the east. Open door. Now, that. Again, I mean, you wouldn't get that these days, but it's a bit clumsy, isn't it? You're on a path in a busy street. A busy street. There is a market today. You can see nothing at all. What sort of busy street with the market in it is it where you can see nothing at all? I know, of course, I know it means objects. And I just, yes, I know that my own Caves adventure game does a similar thing. But nonetheless, it took a surprising amount of time, I think, for interactive fiction got out of that habit of saying things like that. You don't look behind, and a large lorry bowls you over, killing you. You are dead because a lorry killed you on the busy road. You scored 10 out of 100. Well, I certainly found the lamp without any trouble. I'm tempted. I would be very tempted to actually try. If I got the settings right, so that the W key wasn't screwing around, I would. I'd be tempted to have a go at solving this, but I suppose you can just hit the list and it gives it away. This is very. It's kind of a hard-wired adventure game. It's not one where there's a big database of object locations and rooms and stuff. I think it's just. Because even back in the 80s, you'd usually write an adventure game with creating an array of rooms of objects different. Mind you, and again, you seem to have some. But you'd certainly be tracking what objects will where, and it would be a bit more abstract than this. Mostly those reasons that you died. Police don't control traffic these days. A little bit of politics there. Road cleaners should work at the side. So, someone's got an issue about road cleaners. You hadn't got your lollipop stick. That's the reason that you died. You hadn't got your lollipop stick. Anyway, that was whatever that was. That was game 15. Let's take our chances and rerun the menu. That was called Exchange, that game. Weird. It was nothing to microfilm or anything like that, was it? So anyway, we moved to Hangman. A game for 2 players. Player 1, enter a word 1 to 32 characters. You must use capitals only. Let's say it's going to be... Oh, I can't think of a word. Hey, here's a name of a great album. Someone Like You. Player 2, enter a letter and... Oh, well, I've given the clue that it's got an E in it. And an O in it. And ends, or one N. And an I, and a K, and a Y, and a U. I'm rewarded with a digital fart. Isn't that amazing? Right, so let's go back to... So, yeah. We want to see, though, what the man looks like, don't we? So let's go from... Right, so now I can't remember what it was at all, so we can only... I know it had a D in it. It said don't use capital letters, but it seemed quite happy for me to use lowercase there, didn't it? T. Oh, seems to wet DN written in the corner. Oh right, okay. So we start. When do we start adding bits to the hanged man? Now apparently we've got a little bit of rope, M, and a little head, H. Little body, arm. Is that not it? So I can carry on entering letters. He's completely hanged. Charming, but I still get a digital fart. I'm told I'm useless. You know, it would be nice if it had at least some little games in some little games, some little words that are built into it. So you didn't have to have somebody enter the thing at the beginning. Even if it was only a choice of like 5, just to get the game started, so someone could try it. You don't need to do like a dictionary of thousands. Okay, moving on to game 17. We it's Pontoon, isn't it? The next one. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Right. Pontoon bet Cascade. Can he break the bank of £100,000? H was high, Eddie was low. Do you know, it's not a million miles away from high-low, is it? It's not quite the same, but so. Let's bet 50. Let's be higher or lower. 50. Lower. You loose. You loose. No, I'm tight. You bet 50 again. Lower. Well, that's a bit of a simple game. number 8. So we're moving on to number 18. Didn't mean to do that. Restart. So Pontoon was a bit underwhelming. Now I've sorted out this keyboard thing, I suppose we could try Exchange again, but I don't want to get out of step. So let's do Fireman Rescue. Game on. You control 2 firemen in quotes. They're not real firemen. We call them firemen, who carry a stretcher between them with a nice little diagram. Use cursor keys or joystick to move left or right. Press space to continue. Right. There are 3 skill levels. People don't fall like that. This is also in very questionable taste. I don't think I could have even achieved that. But I don't think it was even possible to get there fast enough. Well, it's all right as a game. I mean, given... I'm being a bit spoilt, to be honest, because if this had been in one of the normal cassette 50 games for one of the other platforms, I would have been singing its praises. Might as well just let this go, because I think it looks like that didn't move at all when I wanted it to. 10 men on each floor, and we're nearly at the bottom. Or maybe not. Well, I think we've seen it anyway. Let's move on. Restart. And just moving my counter up to 19. S, 3D Maze. Well, this is, I suspect, going to be one of those old... This program designs 3D mazes for you to explore. The point I was going to make is that it was a kind of a bit of a cliched game that magazines used to like to publish, because it's quite easy to draw 3D mazes from an orthogonal point of view. That is, if you're just looking up, down, left or right. And it looks very impressive. And so there were lots and lots of games like this. You're at point X1Y1, the top left of the maze. You are to find the way to the exit, but remember, there is only one solution. You can define a maze up to 8016, or any other factors of 1325. That's a really weird spec. You can use any factors of 1325 that you choose, but no other numbers. Those aren't allowed. The arrow shows your direction relative to 1-1. Okay. The joystick stroke cursor keys. Sorry, use. I am being thrown a bit here by the rather vibrant colour combination. Use joystick stroke cursor keys to rotate left and right. Up to move forwards in the direction you are facing. Press V to view maze in 2D, i.e. to cheat. Press R to return. Having finished, pressing S during action replay will speed it up. Then press space to run. Width. Now remember, we're only allowed factors of 1325, was it? We'll go with a very simple game. 5x5. Got to wait for the countdown. Now, they've done this in a slightly different way than the usual. Exit at 5-2. So we can cheat and have a look at the maze in 2 dimensions. So we need to turn... I can't get out of this now. Blah, 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 blah. V again, no. I don't know what the hell that was. What must... Oh, all right. I dread to think what all the other keys that I pressed did. So exit at 5-2. Right, so let's go sideways. I don't like the fact that it doesn't... Oh, that's the exit. Hit space. I like the little replay. I like the replay. Well, very simple. It's not as good as like the Acornsoft 3D Maze game where you actually had objects to find and there were other things in the maze with you. But at the same time, not bad. And I do like the little replay feature. That's neat. But we will move on from the maze game. And we'll look at... whatever comes next. It will be Colony 9. We haven't played Colony 1 to 8. Colony 9. Move Springy around Colony 9. Collect all apples. Use... Oh, don't bother waiting for me to read the instructions. It looks like Crystal Castles. Controls are very spongy. Whoa! It's a bit like Crystal Castles crossed with Qbert. Oh, come on. It's fiddly beyond belief. Yeah, we'll move on from this one. It's... given that it's written in BASIC, it's just not fast enough to do this justice to this type of game. But we'll look past it. It had a lot of promise, but that kind of game has been done so much better by so many other people. I'm suddenly moving upmarket with backgammon. Oh, that same little thing that we heard earlier. Do I want instructions? Oh, remember, it's got to be capital letters. These instructions are not to teach you the game, because everybody knows how to play backgammon, obviously, but to show you how to move. As it happens, I have played backgammon. I was gifted a set by uncle and aunt, and of course I didn't learn to use it. I have played it against a computer, though, on occasion. I remember I said that Amstrad was male. Look at that. When asked for players, type 1 for Amstrad to play himself. See, his name's Alan. I told you. Type 2 for Amstrad to play you. Type 3 to play another person. To move the amount shown on the dice. Dice equals 2. The move will be as 1-3 for the white move, 3-1 for the black. I think, given it's got a self-play mode. If you find it difficult to understand these instructions, type 1 for Amstrad to play himself. Just, you know, at that point, just give up. Give up. The computer's better off without you at that point. But I am going to let the Amstrad play itself because it's probably going to do a better job than me. Max move is 13 to 8. This is like watching a movie, isn't it? Okay, don't worry, we'll move on. I just wanted to see what it looked like, but as soon as you say backgammon, it wasn't going to be one that was going to go into a lot of depth. I can't tell you how well it plays. I would imagine that it's going to play at a fairly basic level, but it could be probably me. So we are in game 22, Solid, or Solit. This game is so lit, as they used to say. It's going to be solitaire of some sort, isn't it? The rules for playing Solid are the same as those for that old puzzle Solitaire, but we have removed the air. Make one ball jump over another to take it away. If you end up with just one ball in the centre hole, then you've cracked the puzzle. Solid, however, will remember your moves and may correct any mistake by replaying your moves in reverse back to any stage and forward again if required. If you make any mistakes, it will taunt you with your poor moves at night by whispering them in your ear. Using the numeric keypad, type in a ball's coordinates and enter each one. Then choose the direction it must travel in by pressing one of the arrow keys and enter it. From 2-4. Oh, numeric keypad. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. Oh, well, I'm going to say it's a slightly weird way of entering the moves, but at the same time, it's a kind of, what's that? Something just dropped onto my keyboard. 3, 4. Oh, what am I doing? 3, 2 is what I meant to do. I was down. Yes. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I just wanted to see how it looked. But it's yeah, not a bad looking solitaire game. So we shall restart and move ahead. I know I'm giving some of these short shrift, but bear in mind we're not even halfway yet. So I've done this before. You can't get caught up in these games. Move on to the ones that might be a bit more interesting. Yamsy. Guessing this is Yahtzee. The rules are Section 2, possible scores. What? I think they're talking about like the layout on the Yahtzee sheet of paper, aren't they? Yamsy. If you find the instructions difficult to understand, please sit back and watch Amstrad play himself by typing Amstrad when asked for the player's name. Number of players, 1. I think we'll watch Amstrad play his game. Of course, with it being Alan Sugar, it should be, you watch Amstrad play it, blimey. Oh, this is exciting. I mean, if you haven't played Yahtzee, the point is that you've got to basically, each time the dice roll, you have to choose a property that you're going to score on. But once you've scored on that property, you can't score that on that again. And once you've scored all of them, then your total score is the score for that round. And you just have to get the highest score you can. There are rather similar games around these days. It's been much imitated. I don't think it was that original to start with, to be honest, although I don't. Let's move on to game 24. So we had Yamsy. This is the last one on disc side 1, and this one is craps. Hopefully this is the dice game and not a toilet game. This is the American game of dice, with the idea being to throw 2 dice to make 7 or 11. If you score a 2, 3 or 12, you lose. If you throw 1, 4, 5, 6 or 8, then you keep throwing until the original 7 appears. If the 7 is first, then you lose. What's your starting capital? £1 million. There is a limit of £1,000 on bets. Please enter name. Oh, it's doing that again. Ugh. It's because I need to press scroll lock in it. How much would you like to bet? £1,000. First throw. Oh, sorry, it's dollars, isn't it? Of course, yes, because it's American. Because it's an American game, you can only use dollars. That's the law. You just make a 6 before a 7. Try for 6 before 7. I was just going to do this forever now, isn't it? And I hope it gets a 6 or a 7. No, we got a 7 first. You lose! £1,000 of your Earth pounds. That's an 8. Let's make 8 before 7. Go for it. 4. No. 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 Definitely not. No, it's 7. You lose! Nothing. Actually, can I put in negative numbers? Oh, I must bet more than that. Some games will let you put in a negative number to bet, and I don't want to think about what that even means, but it's a good way of making money. How about if I put in... I don't need pounds. 1/100th of a cent. 7. I win. Yeah, of course I win. When I put in 1/100th of a cent, I win. Of course I do. Anyway, that was disc 1. We're now going to move on to disc 2. And I've got to actually update the thingy, because we should now be on game 25. Now, hang on, I was just adding into my head. We went on to X, didn't we? That was game 24. That's right, yeah. Because, yes, so X is the 24th after the alphabet. Yeah, okay. But I just thought for a minute, did I actually get out of step with myself? No, I didn't. Right. 3-card brag is next. I've got 3 cards. That's my 3-card brag. This I don't think I know how to play. Amstrad and yourself are given 3 cards each. You're not allowed to bet lower than your previous bet, nor twice more than your last bet you made. If your bet equals the last bet made, then Amstrad shows his cards. See, he is a guy. The best hand wins. You and Amstrad each have $5,000. If you want to stack your cards, then you have to enter 0 as your bet. Press space to continue. These are the hands in highest order. Okay. The establishment limits to $1,000 bet. Press S to stop when asked for bet. Please type your name. Do you want automatic dealing? Yeah, go on. That's not a bad, not a bad little sound for card manipulation, I suppose. What is your bet? As ever, 1,000. Amstrad sees you. Amstrad wins. I put 1,000 on last time, and it's now putting 23. It's not very interesting, is it? Mind you, with the crappy cards I've got there, I'm not really sure. I'm going to put in 24. Oh, Amstrad's bet is 31. I'm going to say 32. And I still got beat. One, 3, 4. This could go on for some time. 8. Oh, hello. I'm going to bet close square bracket. No, because I hit the wrong key there. 18. Ugh. No, you beat me again. Well, 3-card brag as a game seems a bit boring, but it's I suppose it does what it sets out to do and does it fairly clearly. Yeah. Let's move on. B, trucking. Trucking. And the motto of the game is Copyright Cascade 1985. Features 4 types of goods. Sabotages, filthy rich oil merchants, 5 locations, hijacks, and agricultural speculators. Self-set difficulty level and a rival company. That almost sounds sarcastic. I don't know. Oh, it's business management. Right. When all your business in one place is done, you must move. First, input M for a move, and then the first letter from destination. During our journey, you will often get a journey report, either against or in your favour, before arriving at our destination. To make any profit whatsoever, you must first buy the goods at a reasonably cheap price, first enter B for buying, then the first letter of the goods name, i.e. PFMVT. And what are those going to be? Peanuts, fries, mice, violets, and televisions. Next to the screen will display the total amount of goods you can purchase and at what price. Blah, blah, blah. Right, let's... Oh, it goes on. The idea of the game is to make X million dollars. After playing the game a number of times, the player will begin to recognise the journey report as soon as they appear on the screen. Every 12 moves. Oh! Proper little theme tune. I think it's the first time we've actually had one. I mean, we had that little short tune earlier that I played through Basic, but proper multi-part harmonies there. Nice, nice. Please enter your name. Now enter a friend's name. Did it just skip past where I... Enter your skill level. 0. I can't even remember my name. Oh, is that how it works out your... That's how it works out your target $1 million. It's the skill level. Oh, it's provisions, furniture, machinery, and valuables. What did I say? Peanuts. What was F? Fries. I nearly said ferrets, because that would have been stupid. Machinery instead of... What did I say? I know it was violets for V. Mice. And there's no televisions. TV might actually be televisions. I've got $87. Not much for a tracking company in the 80s, is it? Let's buy capital letters. Let's buy some trucks is T. So I can load up my trucks with trucks. Okay. Well, I was tempted to go with machinery. I spelled it correctly the second time. I have enough cash for 14. Hopefully this works better than in Star Trek. Right, so I have that. I am now going to move to... I'm in Kentucky. Let's go to Texas. They're big on furniture. They're big on everything there. Oh, look at the little CPC on the truck. That's nice. Due to bad navigation, the convoy became hopelessly lost and $50 worth of fuel was used. Disgraceful. I do like the picture. It's a truck with a little question mark. What am I supposed to do about that? I've got minus $23. But I can sell... I mean, look at the local prices for furniture. I was right. I was right about the furniture. I'm going to make a packet. I poses 10 units. Well, that works well. I've already made a massive profit. So we'll start with provisions. We'll buy provisions. P. We won't buy loads. We'll buy 50. I have one truck with 50 units. So we'll now move that to... But we have no clue as to where these things are going to be, do we? Where they're going to be worth a lot of money. Let's go to New York. Junior report. Good. I like it. Provisions are cheaper in New York. Wouldn't that be just the case? Tempted to say, you know, I could buy more... Because I'm using fuel, aren't I, all the time? So let's... I presume that works. We've got to find one of these places where I can sell provisions. Let's try Arizona. The convoy has been caught in a long delay and any food has deteriorated. Go. So I've got nothing now. Why don't we just load up with... Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Oh. Is there a continue in this version of BASIC? Thankfully there is. Well, we're in Arizona. Let's stay in Arizona. Due to bad navigation going from Arizona to Arizona, the convoy became hopelessly lost. $50 worth of fuel. 50% of the fuel was used. Furniture's gone up. Provision's very cheap. Let's buy provisions. I have enough cash for 404. Let's buy 200. Oh, well, 50 then. And we'll move to Texas. Things are always expensive in Texas. Actually, provisions are cheaper in Texas. I tell you what, though. No, actually, no. Everything's expensive there except for provisions. The one thing that I've already got enough of. Let's move to Florida. Really good. Provisions are even cheaper in Florida. They do have cheap furniture, though. We'll buy some furniture. Can we do that? Okay. So I can fit 100 units in a truck. That makes some sense. So let's go back to Texas. $50 worth of fuel was used. I have to wonder, actually. I bet it costs more than $50 worth of fuel to get from, where were we? Florida to Texas. We can now... Oh, we can sell those provisions. And we can sell the furniture. The furniture, yeah, we can. It's not as big a price increase as we had before, but it still is a price increase for all that. And we're getting better all the time. This game, I think I could do all right at. I like this little game. It's similar to the old business games thing that Acornsoft did. The telemark game. And I could quite comfortably be sitting here doing this all the way up to 1 million, but we've got other games to see. So let's move on. The only thing is those little spelling mistakes, but other than that, nicely done little mini management game. With a little bit of graphical stuff as well for those hazards along the way. So now we're on game 27. Rally 3000. Drive your racing car around the maze to get to the door. The door? If you can, then you go faster. Keys. Use the cursor keys only. No joysticks, I guess. Very simple little game. Again, definitely in magazine listing territory on this one. Have another go. I don't think so. Let's move on. That one is basically we're getting back to the old standard of cassette 50 games. Let's menu. I don't know. I've suddenly got this urge just to have a quick look at the listing. I'm kind of hoping as well we see one of those REM statements that just tells us that it came from somewhere else. But or you could make a new map. Very simple little game though. Anyway, off we go to the menu. And we are at Sitting Target. You must do something about that leaky roof. Aside with the bucket, you must catch the droplets as they fall. Controls Z left, M right. This is classic cassette 50 material here. Hey, we got one. Some of these, you can't go far enough. You can't go fast enough to catch them. I will say, I mean, they've used the graphics and colour to a better level than I've seen used on the other platforms, even for these basic. In this case, I'm using basic to mean simplistic games. the other platforms tended to just rely on ASCII art and be done with it, no colour or anything. Or if they did use colour, it was the whole screen. But yeah, on we go. While that's going on, we are on to game 29. And this one is Nemesis 4. Possibly Nemesis Eve. Oh, okay. This is Othello stroke Reversi. How on earth did they get up to 4? What were the other 3 games like, if this is already ripping off an existing board game? Play computer. They've done a nice little job with the look of it. And a tiny little click in the background just for the timer. It's a little bit hard to control, I must admit. And what am I? I want to go any valid square. You can't go there because that. Well, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what key to use to actually. Oh, there we go. X. X is the magic key. Is this? Oh, I wonder if it's because of game focus. Yes, it is. Now I'm confused because now I've got no idea at all what I'm supposed to be doing. At least with this one, I've got. Well, I've no idea what tool I'm supposed to do. I mean, which key to press. But I've played a lot of this particular game in the past, and the art of it. Well, the mobility strategy is the classic strategy to play, and I haven't really been concentrating here so far. But ultimately, you want to trick your opponent into, at a very basic level, you're trying to get them to actually get as much of the board as possible, and then in the last few moves, you conquer it all back in a very quick go. And it's a devastating strategy. Anyway, let's move on. And it's totally counterintuitive as well, because a lot of people try to play the game greedily, and by which they try to get as much of the board early on as possible. And if they do that, you'll win against a lot of players, but people that kind of know what they're doing, they will lose spectacularly, and they'll end up with like 2 pieces on the board at the end. They won't understand why. Spaceship. Game 30. Steer your way through the caves, trying to avoid the stationary rockets and asteroids. A tough, fast game. Let's go for a middle setting. Q&A. Space to carry on. I'm already dead. One of the problems with some games of this ilk is that they don't give you any lead in. You just immediately start, and there's no time for you to get your bearings and sort of say, "Oh, where am I? What am I doing?" So, Sector 1 passed. Yay! Well, that's all right. It's Cascade standard. No, I'm going to say it's slightly above the Cascade standard we've been led to expect from the previous compilations, because it's got some decent graphics. It's very simple, but I mean, we're talking relative to Cascade's usual performance. And it was quite... sorry, things getting caught up on my chair. It was very fluid to play. Not perfect, but you know, it could have been worse. It's certainly been worse. Let's move on to the next game. Right, we've done spaceship. Now jet flight. G. A flight simulator. I was just thinking, is that going to really be an adequate description of this game? A flight simulator? Really? How much simulation is there in this? So Z is slow down, space is increase, enter is your undercarriage. You are hopelessly lost in this compilation of games. Your only hope to survive is to find the few stranded refueling points. You'll be given orders on the screen when the runway is in view, but apart from that, you have no idea where you are. Stalling speed is 40 knots. Press spacebar to fly. Oh, hello. That's weird. The altimeter is showing my angle, not of reduced speed. I think they mean attitude, not altitude. I can lose altitude. I can go straight down. Yeah, this wasn't going to waste any more time on that. If there was something to aim for, like a runway or something, I might have gone through. I've no idea what it was expecting me to do. So this next one is Dragona Maze, or Dragon A Maze, or Dragon Maze. The aim, thank you, is to steal the amulet hidden in the maze. You must kill the dragon to escape. You start with limited abilities, which improve with experience. In the maze are dangers, go away mouse pointer, and adversaries. Your weapons improve as your skills and abilities improve. You increase your score, in quotes, by finding and collecting items hidden in the maze. This sounds like another adventure game. But it isn't. It's a half-assed RPG. I'm sorry to whoever wrote this, but, you know, seriously, this is a half-assed RPG. Controls are AS. Attack, spell, run away. Okay. Enter your name. Please wait while the maze is planned. Oh, another 3D maze. Well, let's go forward. I started by saying this was going to be a half-assed RPG, and it certainly seems to be. Every time I turn or move, it looks like my view is exactly the same, but it's... Oh, hello. Get the gold. Yes. Yes, get gold. So far we found gold, and I don't know where I am in the maze. It says that there's to kill the dragon and find the way out, but what happens if I spell? I don't know what either of those do. So the trouble is, it hasn't given me enough information to choose what I want. So I don't know what happened there. I think we're going to move on because this one is getting very repetitive. So we will go back and into the menu, and we've got to move up to game number 33 in the counter. That was Dragoner Maze. We're now on to Intruder. You are Harry the Caveman. You are Harry the Caveman, and your territory has been intruded upon by a giant man-eating pterodactyl. Your only protection from this creature are your spears, but you must hit the body dead centre or it will get you. Control Z, left, M, right, space, fire. So no joystick on this one. So you spent your time filling out an application form. Was it one of those forms that... I guess it was one of those forms that went on forever. So let's see what this one does. Very flickery graphics. Oh yeah, definitely sort of... you know, this is basically what you'd expect from one of the other Cascade compilations, except that they would just use ASCII art. As I say, they get a little bit of credit for using minimal UDGs. But, oh, we actually got it. Now, I didn't hit him dead centre, did I? I definitely didn't. Can I go back to my house? No. No, I keep hoping there'll be one of those little random statements at the top. Whoa. That was Intruder. Now think, okay, it's another odd title, given it's a pterodactyl. Right, Inferno. Is this going to be that one with the buckets? That was... Frizzle the Venusian robot before it absorbs all of your powers. Control cursor keys, fire copy key. They were up all night writing that story. So what's this one? Oh, where's that copy key? Well, it looks like I farted to death. Sorry about that violent flash over the screen, by the way. You never know what these games are going to do. And it's doing a little bit of scroll animation there, just to... I scored -1. We'll give this another go through, because I'm pretty sure I got the... Yeah, that's the fire button. Oh. Okay, I lose power. Right, I'm with you. I lose power every time I fire. I see. I scored -1 again. Let's try. One more time. In terms of raw gameplay, this one is very disappointing. And, yes, definitely Cascade level. At least I got it this time. I got it once and then immediately crashed. Okay. Well, I scored 15. So it's not negative. Still, let's move on. Let's move on. So we turn that off. And we turn that on. And we go to menu. And this is going to be game 35. And I should have set up a hotkey to do that. So that was Inferno. And I'm just thinking, why do they call it Inferno? That had nothing to do with fire, did it? Yeah, the game definitely was negative. The thing is, with these Cassette 50 compilations, they are one of the earliest examples of shovelware. It was a company that produced cassette tapes, in this case it's a disc, but they produced cassette tapes containing 50 games that were available at a budget price. and the games were almost universally terrible. And I've played through all 50 games on a number of different versions of this for different computers. The quality of this one is so far a little bit better than most of them. They're prettier, if nothing else. But there's very little that you go, oh, this is a brilliant game. Although I will say there's always one or two where you go, this is slightly too good to be on this particular compilation. But right now, so Ghosts, game 35. Ghosts by Cascade Games. They've completely given up on joysticks now, haven't they, at this point? AZ, up, down, and the left and right are the arrow keys. I can eat cherries, bananas, grapes, apples, but I cannot eat ghost, poison, or spines. Don't eat those spines. So what am I? Oh, I'm there. I'm the thing that is not Pac-Man, but looks like Pac-Man. Very spongy controls, as usual. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. If there's scope in a game, I'll give it a little bit of extra time, but nah, we've seen everything that game's got to offer. It's a shame because somebody obviously put a little bit of time into it, but they only put in a little bit of time. I saw an interview with one of the kids because I guessed that I guessed when I was doing the Spectrum version of this that probably the origin of a lot of these games was that they'd put an advert somewhere saying, we'll buy a game from you for £5, and they'd basically got a load of kids, kids enthusiasts who maybe had written one or two good games, decent games, but then they'd basically said £5 and you've got to get it done by tomorrow. And when I found this interview with and it was basically along those lines. In fact, it was one of the better games, I think, and they bought it from him. But it was kind of like that, and they're very, very cheap, very, very cheap. Fantasyland L. Did I update this? I think name's 37. So Fantasy Centre, Fantasy Sen. Game it's one of these where it advertises itself. Game includes 4 setups, 3 scenes, moving obstacles. Avoid blue crystal, they are deadly. If touched too many times, gold. No, if touched too many times, they are deadly. If touched too many times, gold. Ladders and platforms, 3 different moving obstacles. We've already had moving obstacles. Time limit, time bonus. Pressing enter. And it's funny they've put these black lines through the text. It's like they suddenly notice, hey, that makes it look futuristic. If we just draw a black line through every line of text, it makes it look like it's from the future. Very Blade Runner. Pressing tab firmly pauses the game. I like that, because that means they knew the controls were rubbish on this. They knew the controls were really spongy and unresponsive. So they said, press tab to pause, but you've really got to hold it down. You've really got to hold it down for a long time. Press it firmly. If it's not pausing, you're not pressing it firmly enough. Did I ever play Moonstone? No, I didn't. Is it good? Because this that doesn't actually make any difference as to whether I've played it or not. I'm just curious. Is it good on? It finishes saying just bottom on the screen. Fantasy Centre, Cascade. a bit of a shame because it was actually moving quite nicely, and I thought, oh, surprising, in game it's all right, and then you immediately die, and it takes forever to fill the screen, and now I don't know what we're doing. Oh, we've got to do it all again. I'm assuming that those horizontal lines are actually deliberate, and it's not just a mistake caused by some issue with the emulator. That's weird. Moonstone. So now you've got me wondering. Let me have a quick look. Moonstone. What platform was that on? Moonstone is a sodium-potassium aluminium silicate of the feldspar group that displays a pearly and opalescent schiller. An alternative name for moonstone is hecatolite, from goddess Hecate. I don't think that's the one you were talking about. Let's see. Oh, I see. No, I never played that. I'll have to give that a go. I'm surprised I haven't heard of it, actually, because I've had an Amiga for years. You'd think I would have done. But then again... hit the right thing. Right. So we're now on game 38, and this is going to be Space Base. Yes, let's have instructions, because you never know. Space Base 64. Remember, your main task is to get the computer tapes, which are in a vault in the centre of the station. You will need a decoder card to open the vault. Remember, a very high score is also needed. With your score, I will be able to give you Battle Soldier grade. This means you'll have to kill any enemy people. Type Dick to see commands. Yeah, it says that. Also remember, if you turn down a fight, you will lose 1,000 points. Oh, it's another text adventure. Right, okay. Remember, type Dick to see commands. Well, I didn't understand Dick. I knew the following words. Take Dick, get Dick, grab Dick, go Dick, walk Dick, run Dick, climb Dick, up Dick, enter Dick, through Dick, open Dick, eat Dick, digest Dick, look Dick, dictionary Dick, Dick, inv Dick, inventory Dick, drop Dick, leave Dick, put Dick. What now? What now? I'm in a filthy, massive, cramped corridor. I can see an electronic shield. Get electronic shield. I have the electronic shield now. No. I can see an electronic pistol. Get pistol. Or pistol. Oh, don't start doing this. Electronic pistol. Oh. A Leidostron is attacking you. Do you want to fight? Yeah, with my pistol. Electronic pistol. This is like tennis. Do I get any prizes? I'm in a ship-shaped, massive, decorative toilet. I didn't notice that. I just killed a Lidatron in a decorative toilet after entering Dick. I think we're. I've got there's another electronic shield here. I don't think I need 2 electronic shields. I'm now in a filthy tiny old toilet, and I can see a vault. Get vault. Enter vault. Open vault. Well, what the bloody point is that? And don't fart at me when I'm asking you questions. So we want to enter Dick again. What can we do with the vault? I tried opening it, didn't I? Let's look vault. No, nor do I. Let's move on. I'm now in a dusty, small, cramped storeroom. I can see nothing. A Sensatron is attacking me. Do I want to fight? Yeah. I choose to use a electronic pistol. Here we go, tennis again. Now, it told me I've got money, but I don't see how I can... I mean, does it say anything about how much money I've got? Oh, a wire rope. Yes, obviously we'll fight the Lidatron. Electronic pistol. I don't know how much health I've got either. It says, you know, if it hits me, I don't know how many hits I can take. Anyway, back to the game. Let's get the wire. Oh, it's doing that. Yeah, well, give me a chance. A Bidatron is attacking me. What on earth is that? I choose to use an electronic pistol. Let's get that wire right. I'm in an immaculate, quite big old tunnel. Yes, gotta fight the Bidatron. Can I just, like, shoot them all with an electronic pistol and that's it? Was I incredibly lucky to find an electronic pistol in my second move? So you can eat the food, but you can't get the food. Well, let's move on because, you know, again, this is going to get repetitive. I'm curious what eventually happens and what battle soldier rank I would get. But we'll move on to game 39. Oh! We can see what ranks there are. So this is just I have this thing I like to if they're in basic I often like to have a look at what the code was. Electronic shield, Sonic Club, wire rope. Oh, I think it was around lines. No. Oh, it can be like elite fighter. Come on. So you can be a saboteur, a fighter, a civil soldier, a cadet, or elite. Or a disgrace if you're really rubbish. This is the sort of thing where I would then go into the game and start changing the things that you can be. One of them would probably be you are Richard Wilson. Now, would that mean that you were really bad at it or really good at it? Oh, I don't know. So, right, game 39. Oh, okay. It's that old problem again. Sometimes you have to completely restart the machine. Right, so that was Space Base. This next one is Planets. Fly your spacecraft safely through the space asteroids. This sounds like one that has been on so many of these Cassette 50 compilations. It is as well. Lose. I am indeed an Alsatian dog after a head-off operation. Do you notice I was trying to see how long I could get without having to go up or down? Anyway, that's all there is to that game. Not going to waste time going on that one. Let's restart and we'll go on to game 40. Oh, Popping Herbert. That sounds like it might just be a Qbert clone. Our hero Herbert must jump his way to the top of the screen through moving holes. It isn't Qbert. Beware of the holes. However, for Herbert will be stunned if he falls through one. Once he reaches the top, the game gets very much harder. Move left, move right, or jump. Okay, let's give this a go. So, jump. I think I've seen a variation. It's another one they've made a little bit of effort with the graphics. Trouble is, I keep wanting to press space to move him on from having a tantrum. Beware of holes. I don't think the code has seen any holes. I certainly. I mean, look at this. Where's the next hole? You've got to. Bloody hell! It's just the game would be, I think, all right if it didn't make you wait so long between each time you died. That just ruins the flow. Meantime, there's no holes to be found. Again, Coda's sex life. Come on. I like the way he moves just for a little bit on thin air. Done it again. Wow, that's it's like this could almost be a good idea, but I try to think of how you would improve it, and I just think you probably couldn't. Sometimes I think, oh, this game could be a good idea if you just did this or that. In this case, I think, no, I don't think it could. So let's move on to game 41. Which is Dynamite. Is it going to be Dynamite? Encounters of the third kind. Attack the dam and flood the valley. Controls up, down, faster, and drop bomb. Oh, it's another one of these. It's a bomber game, isn't it? This has been in every Cassette 50 game. And in fact, I think it's one where they've kept the graphics in most versions as well, although the colours are quite nice on the Amstrad version, I must admit. I will say there seems to be a lot more variety in this version as well than the others. I mean, I am surprised. It's almost as if I'd have to check, the history of the Cassette 50 collections, but it's almost as if this was the original collection that they set out to do. And then when they came to do all the other ones, they realised that they really had to shovel it in because they just didn't have as many good games, or they couldn't get them together as quickly or cost effectively enough as they'd done with this one. Although I can't quite remember what year some of the others were. I've got the feeling, because this is 80. This one was saying 86, and I think the original cassette version of this came out in 85 for the CPC. I've got a feeling, though, that some of the other platforms were a little bit earlier. So, if that's right, I'm obviously wrong about my ideas. Wouldn't be the first time. So, game 42 is Time Bomb. Oh, yeah. You have to disarm the time bombs by answering the questions in a set amount of guesses. If you don't, press spacebar to start game. That's what happens. The spacebar will get pressed. Question is... Oh, it's a maths game. 39. 9. 64. 76. I mean, this is like... If you took away most of... Trivia Murder Party, you just live one of the maths minigame. This is what it would be. Why are you saying correct answer 30? Because that's clearly not the... Oh. This is already boring. Let's move on. Game 43 is going to be... A Day at the Races. I think this is the horse racing. Clearly horse racing. It's that horse race betting one. Again, is an all... Sorry, Scabby Bum. Really? Scabby Bum. The names of these horses: Scabby Bum, Greasy Spoon, Painted Lady, Colt a Horse Nag, Mummy's Boy, Silly Twit, Kamikaze, and Ace of Spades. Dearie me. Which horse to back? I've just broken into that because... Oh, where was that? More on one later. Smelly Bum, because this is for Project Ditz, just when he watches the VOD. And also Greasy Ditz. Well, there we go. Right, now we've improved this game. Now we can choose... So, I suppose we're just going on... Kamikaze, I suppose, has got to be the best one. If we're putting anything on... Hang on, that was previous wins. Kamikaze's 20-1? Well, let's see. Now, on this version, they haven't coloured the horses separately. On the other versions, they usually have them separate colours, if I remember correctly. Silly Twit is in the lead. Kamikaze's in the lead. Yeah, I won. Right. I've now got £500. I made £400 profit on that last one, so I think that's a good time to quit this while we're ahead. But yeah, if you're not looking at the screen and you know Project Ditz, just bear in mind that I've named a horse Greasy Ditz Bum after him. That is definitely in his honour. Right now, 44, game 44. Lunar Landing. This is just Lunar Lander clone, I bet. Because they are... Yeah. Retro rockets fired by using keys 1 to 9. Novice might as well be. Slightly different from usual because you're not controlling the left and right. This is exciting. So there's a certain amount of tension here. Come on. Nice and gentle. Oh, bloody hell. Next missing at 111. Here we are. Cascade quality right here. The game doesn't even run properly. Now, it could be just a bad copy of this game, but even so, that's embarrassing, isn't it? Right, next one, rats. Loading rats. Game 45. A game for 2 players. It's the anagram game. Player 1 enters a word. This is then given to player 2 as an anagram. If it's solved, then a word is scored. A point is scored. I made a mistake. Then player 2 makes a word for player 1. Enter end to finish game. Press the spacebar to start game. Player 1, enter a word. End. That was a quick game. Now let's see what it looks like when you actually play it. Test. Player 2, your word is testy. Player 2, enter a word. Word. And it just goes on like that. Okay. Very simple. And I suppose, you know, it does what it sets out to do, but we'll move on to game number 46, which is Motorway. 7, 8, 9. I think I've lost track somewhere because I think we're going to end up with 51 games here. Now, Motorway is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, we're all right. I just can't count. We've established that, I think, in other versions of this. Okay, loading Motorway. Come on. Job specification. Please type your last name. You have to collect and deliver 6 loads. Your maximum laden weight is 1,000 kilos. Your day's wage is calculated on the time taken, total weight transported, and the mileage shown on your tachograph. You lose money for crashing, driving on the wrong side of the road, and killing innocent pedestrians, but only innocent ones. The guilty ones you can hit. You cannot drive down the middle of the road, cross the solid white lines, or go through roadblocks, which are marked X. Time is in hours and minutes, limit 8 hours. Bonus can be earned for speedy delivery. Steering. Use Joystick. Reverse, collect, deliver. Right. So collect. It crashed. Alright, I'm on the wrong side of the road. What am I supposed to do? Go on the right side, I know. It's another one of those great soundtracks. We'll probably do a dance mix of this. If you crash, your truck just catches fire and then you immediately go back to normal. I'm not even sure. I can't get into the collection bay. Oh. Let's move on. This is fiddly. It's any game where the controls are like trying to thread a needle. It just immediately drives me nuts. And trying to get into those bays, and also, if it says you were on the wrong side of the road, it was just boop, 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 and then you couldn't move until it had stopped beeping. Dungeon Adventure. We seem to have a... Really? This game is not available. Please try another one. Well, I wonder what happened there then. Was it not disc compatible? I mean, I'm wondering, was this sold this way? In which case it was only 49 games. I've wondered, though, if the menu was by a fan. You know, it's like an unofficial disc version. No. No. Oh, no, it says copyright Cascade Games Limited, so no, it's official. So how did they get away with that then? Spacepod Rescue. XYZ. So, sorry, we're on game 48. A party of Buglerian spacemen are trapped on the planet of Zakrafoon, which is in danger from an asteroid storm. The object of the game is to guide a spacepod from an orbiting mothership to the white pad below to rescue spacemen one at a time. Be careful to land the pod correctly and not too fast, then thrust up from the white pad and dock the pod with the mothership above. This sounds exactly the same as the Rescue the Royal Space Family game from earlier. It really does. So space and shift and R and N. Who came up with these controls? Oh, B and N. Okay, it's not quite the same, but it's similar enough. I think you should get half a point for crashing on them. Then you press S to start again. Oh. Do you know what I said about threading needles? It's... Ooh. Oh, man. I was hoping I could at least get one. I will say, I mean, for a minigame idea, it's okay, but it's frustrating, and it's a little bit too simple. But you know, like if there was maybe, well, it's hard enough with one asteroid. But I was thinking it just needs a bit more variety in it somehow. Well, there we go. We got one of them. Oh, now you get 2 asteroids. I stand corrected. So, okay, I still crashed, even though I was able to avoid both of them. Now, I put it to you there that I didn't actually hit one of them at all. Whoa, I did that time. Well, that's all right. I mean, it's very bog standard. But again, like another one of these ones where it seems to be this particular look of game. No sound. I don't know why they did it like that. But anyway, game 49, we're getting there. Well, strictly, it's game 48, isn't it? But let's restart this thing. Okay, high rise. Again, this is an exact duplicate of the one we had before with the Whirlybird game from Disc 1. The idea of this game is to land your helicopter, and it's a helicopter again, on a disused runway, but since you were last there, houses have been built. So since you took off, they've built houses on your runway. But helicopters, runway? Again, helicopters don't need runways, do they? They have landing pads. You have to bomb the houses because you lose height due to loss of fuel. I'm sure that everybody will understand. Use the del key to fire your bombs. That's strangely appropriate. You've got to delete the houses. You can only have one bomb in the air at one moment. Oh yeah, that's because the game was too slow. So del. We might as well try it. But yeah, this is exactly the same concept as that earlier game, with slightly worse graphics and much better sound. I mean, the sound, don't get me wrong, is still kind of rubbish, but at the same time it's... well, it sounds like you're scrubbing a floor and occasionally hitting a broken guitar string. Yeah. Well, enough of that. Oh, I'm making my ears tingle. So, game 50 of 50. Oh, I don't know why I did that. I should have just hit run. Creepy Crawley. Crawley is indeed a creepy place. Guide the creepy crawly around the patch, avoiding the toadstools and eating the fruit and vegetables. Z left, M right. And that's all there is to it. Oh, okay. A little fart at the end. Very, 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 very simplistic game. There was an acorn to collect, huh? Which looked like the acorn logo. There is something about that. It just makes me laugh every time. What can we get? Well, there we have it. As you say, 49 out of 49 games. And as you rightly say. But, yeah. Better on average than any of the other ones we've seen so far. But that doesn't equate to good. I think you'd probably find there's maybe 5 games there that you would come back to, which again is still better than the other ones. But and the other thing we have to say as well, that whether this is because it's the disc version or what, it is 49 games. It is not 50. So surely that must have been trading standards at some point. I mean, either that or this is just a bad version for whatever reason, and somebody as you know, was transferring it to disc and couldn't fit it on or something, or couldn't make it work with discs. But I don't know. Very, very strange. But there we have it.